My 28F friend, 28F, of 22 years is struggling with motherhood and it's severely impacting our relationship. She was 20 when she got married to her husband who was 28 at the time. They had been dating for 6 months before they got engaged. She always said that she wanted her first boyfriend to be her husband. At the time I didn't see this a stupid thing as I was a stupid 20-year-old, but of course now I know better. 2 years after they got married she had their son. Things got really bad soon after. She had always been extremely social and planned outings and did things with us a lot. Even after she got married. Once she had her kid she would do nothing at all. Even now this kid is older and she refuses to leave the house without him. She has missed my birthday 3 years in a row at this point because she couldn't bring her kid to the activity / it was too late and past bedtime etc. 2 years ago we got into an argument because I hadn't been inviting her to all our social gatherings. She hadn't been coming so I stopped inviting her to things I knew she wouldn't come to, late night outs, drinking at bars etc. She felt excluded and wanted to make the choices for herself. Fair enough. From that point invited her to every social event we planned, bachelorette parties, birthdays, random adventures and hikes, group dinners, weekends and anything else. She has basically come to nothing. It's becoming extremely exhausting. The only times I see her is if we show up to her house and maybe the occasional lunch or brunch. She fucking left our friend's wedding at 630 before dinner because her kid was cranky / sleepy. She only comes to things that end at 7 p.m, kids bedtime, and places she can bring him. She has not once, in all these years, been out without him that I know of. What hurts the most is she won't even make a fucking exception for my birthday when we have been friends since first grade. Here's the thing, her husband is constantly offering to help only to be shot down. So do her parents, brother and sister-in-law. She has this kid in a bubble and won't let anyone care for him, so she had some semblance of a life outside motherhood. One of my friends tried to broach the subject for one of my past birthdays to see if she could maybe have her parents or husband take care of the kid for one evening so she can go out to dinner with us and celebrate. And friend with kid flips the fuck out on other friend like she's suggested she sell her child on the black market. Friend with kid hasn't talked to other friends since, has been about 3 years since the incident, unfriended her on FB and is super weird around her. So you can see why I myself am even afraid to broach this topic. I feel badly for her. Even though her family is always offering to help, I don't think she is having postpartum issues or at the least anxiety. They are what I call well-meaning enablers. But I am truly afraid to broach this topic with her. Honestly, I'm sick of her bringing her kid to everything. My wedding is next year and it's about an hour commute for her, so part of me knows she will bring her kid / leave early. I'm afraid at this point she won't come at all. I don't know what to do with this whole situation besides feeling angry and annoyed and sad. Too long didn't read. My oldest friend had been socially isolating herself for years since having a child and refusing all help and doesn't acknowledge she has an issue. It's impacting our relationship and I don't know what else to do. How do I best deal with this situation? Should I break it off with her and stop being her friend? Should I approach the topic somehow? Should I keep inviting her to stuff to keep in touch and hope someday she comes out of this, or at least acknowledges she has a problem and accepts help? There isn't much you can do. She's choosing this. It's possible she's developed some kind of anxiety WRT leaving the child, but she still would have to recognize that she has a problem and work to manage it. TBH, if I was the father here, I'd insist on taking care of the kid solo every now and then. Not to help out, to make sure I could, in case something were to happen to mom. I mean, say she's hospitalized, and you've never put your own kid to bed by yourself. Oh, when I say he offers to help out, I mean he wants to watch the kid solo while she goes to do something fun. Your friend is a momby. Her entire identity is now being a mom and taking care of her kid. Person you knew is gone, so there is no point to being friends with her anymore. Yeah, I recently learned the term momby and you're right, it's very accurate for the situation. I think she is going to have a reality check when all of us start having kids and don't behave like her. Her poor kid is all I can say. Will he or she be allowed to go to school as it's out form under the direct watch of mommy? God, imagine being this woman's teenager. Her kid will either rebel horribly or be irreversibly screwed up. For a while she considered homeschooling because of this very reason. He sent him to preschool for half days and would just wait in the car. Sounds like you should just try and have a talk, and if, but more like when, she loses her shit, let her go. You can't force someone to seek help even when it's very obvious they need it. Maybe someday she will wake up. Depressed friend, 29M, spends his days watching the same series. Should I say something? My friend has major depression and has been spending his days mostly in bed watching the same 20-episode show over and over. He's on his 12th rewatch in a month or so. Should I gently say that I'm concerned or just leave him alone? There's a pandemic and it's hard to find a job. He is in therapy. But I don't think this routine will bode well for his sense of self-worth long term, even if it is self-soothing right now. Too long didn't read, not sure if I should voice concern or just let my friend keep rewatching a show over and over. Never hurts to reach out to a friend. Talk to him and see how he's doing. What show is it? I know it's not relevant to your question, but I'm just curious what type of show someone would watch so many times. It seems to me that this is comfort-seeking behavior. I sometimes do the same thing. I think you can and should reach out and make plans to keep reaching out, because you can also be a source of comfort and security. Rewatching the same show is most likely a symptom rather than a true problem. You can still say something. You might recommend a different show. You can ask questions and really listen to the answers. If he's in therapy, just let him know you're there for him. The rewatching of a show likely is due less to depression and more to anxiety. Scholastic research has shown that individuals with anxiety much prefer to rewatch the same movies and shows because it's easier on their anxiety. There are no anxious surprises, as it's a well-known plot at this point. It's likely this and comfort zone for him. But again, if he's in therapy, please don't try to make him stop. He and his therapist can address the habit. Just let him know you're always there for him, no matter what, whether it's to lend an ear or help with something. Most likely he is aware that this is not a healthy behavior. Just offer him plans to do together here and there. He might refuse many times, but don't give up. My dad M47 keeps forcing me M16 to loan him money. My dad keeps borrowing money from me and it makes me incredibly anxious and uncomfortable. I told him this, but he said, I'm good for the money. He has raised me to never loan money, especially to family. I told him this and he said that it doesn't include him with that. I can't just not give him the money because he will just take the money and my bank account if I don't. I asked if I had a choice in this and he said I could either give him the money or have him pay the late fee from the bank. I said I don't want to loan money to him because I hate it. He said he doesn't care and ended it with, go transfer the money. What can I do to stop this, please? If there are any clarifications that I need to give you, please let me know because I need help. Too long didn't read. Dad makes me loan money even though I told him I don't want to loan him money. I told him it makes me uncomfortable and he said he doesn't care. Your dad sounds like a total shitbag. How much money is he taking from you? And I say take because he absolutely will not pay you back. He has paid me back last time when he took $2,000 all I had/have, but I still don't like it. Unfortunately, because you're a minor, your dad can take your money and there's not really any recourse for you under the law. I think it's egregious, but legally speaking he's within his rights. It's just one of many examples of why our legal system is crap. Frown. I might try asking people at my bank since their job covers this, but I fear the same answer. From reading all the comments and replies, you need to move in with your mom and do not live with your dad. Just hiding the money will not stop him, and he could even get you to overdraft if you have a checking account. The only way around this is not going back to see him until you are legally 18. He will try every trick in the book to access your money. For the USA, women almost always get better custody agreements for themselves and men get almost nothing if this is taken to court again. Since you're also close to 18, they will listen to what you want at least. He cannot force you to give him money if you limit contact and only live with your mom. You also want a bank with only your mom on it and just have a direct deposit to that account. Can you get paper checks instead of direct deposit and just cash them? I think that may be a good option. Can you have your mom take you to open a different bank account at a different bank so you can use that one and not the one he has access to?